Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And my name is Jeannie and I have been gone for a week. I've been doing 2 or 3 videos every week, and now I have missed an entire week because of a tornado that came through our area. And I know a lot of you who emailed me and asked me how I was doing, if everything was all right. And everything's okay. As you can see, my office is still intact. Our house is intact. But last Easter evening, about 11:30, a tornado came right over my house. The constant lightning, the trees bent over in half, the thunder, there were things beating on our roof. And since we sleep upstairs in our home, it woke us out of a deep sleep. And we ran downstairs to the basement, and it was all over in about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I felt like we needed to go upstairs and see if everything was okay. We didn't have any broken windows, but there were branches and all that in the yard. And apparently a tornado had come right over our house, and it hit some houses in our neighborhood, just skipped over them and down the road and all through Chattanooga, on the east side of the city, which is where we live. So we were traumatized, but we were fine. It was just something very, very scary we'd never been through. So the power, of course, went out. Our cell tower was down. Our internet was out. Our TV didn't work, of course. So we dragged out the generator, and we have a generator that we used for a couple of days. And then after that, it was just so much trouble to run it because it was very, very loud. And my husband is still going to work because he's an essential employee. And so he was leaving, and I was there all day just with nothing to do. I didn't have any internet service, and I realize now how much we depend on it. Our power, our internet, all our services, our refrigerator wasn't working, of course. And so we had to do something with the food, and we packed it up in a cooler, but we went to the store to get some ice, and there was no ice. Everyone had already bought the ice, and so we were kind of stuck. So we decided to leave town because we had called the power company, and they said we wouldn't have any power until April 21. So we looked at the calendar and realized that was another week, and so we decided to leave town. And we kept in touch with our neighbors, and some of them, of course, couldn't leave town, and so they let us know when the power came on. It came on 3 days later, and so we drove back home, and we are now home. And I'm just glad to be here. We were glad to see the power on when we drove up. It was very, very nice. And we had to get rid of most of our food, so we went out today and got some food. And so everything's good. Everything's cool. But I just wanted to tell y'all where I was. I didn't have any way to communicate. And when I left town, when I got to the other location, the internet was very spotty. It really wasn't very dependable, and so I couldn't record anything. I couldn't upload anything. So I was out of touch for almost a week, and I'm really sorry about that. I know some people had contacted Jo, who makes project bags, and she's a good friend of mine, and I had been trying to be in touch with her, and I think she answered a few of y'all and let you know where I was. But all of the emails that came in that asked me that question, I answered them last night. So everything's good, and I just want you to know I'm back and everything's okay. I'm not injured. Our house is fine, but a lot of people did suffer this week, and my heart and my prayers go out to those who were much more affected than we were. We were so lucky that we didn't have any damage to our home. So enough about that. I want to talk to you today about what I've been doing. And of course, I took my crochet with me on my trip and did a lot of crocheting. I didn't finish a whole lot of things, but I did get some work done on some things. And I did finish this sweater. And this is my Woodland Tweed sweater. This is the yarn that I used to make the Easy Tweedy sweater, one of my other patterns. And this is the yarn. It's called Tweedy by Stylecraft. I showed this to you last week. It's called Bracken is the colorway. I love this. This is so beautiful and so fun to work with. It's very, very soft, but it's cottony. It feels like a very, very soft cotton. I really like it. It's 26% cotton and 74% acrylic. So it's very, very soft. I love it. I have a whole ball of it left. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I actually have a ball and a half. This sweater took me 2.5 skeins to make, which is a little over 700 yards. So I took 700 yards of Tweedy and made this top. It is not like the easy Tweedy top. I put a collar on that one, and it's made totally different. This is just a cap sleeve sweater with some rows put on. It's very, very easy. I made this sweater probably one of the easiest sweaters in my collection because there's no neck shaping. Now, the only neck shaping on this particular sweater is on the trim row. And there is some shaping on the trim row, and it's not hard to do. So you don't have to shape the neckline as you go up. It's a very simple neckline. And then the sleeves, I use a few decreases at the top of the sleeve to keep the sleeve from being bulky and from going out like this. When you start a sleeve from a cap of a sweater, it tends to turn out and then turn in. But this one, I crochet decreases at the top of the sleeve, which starts right there, the top of the sleeve, and this is the edge of the sleeve. It comes down right there. So at the top of the sleeve, I actually did some decreasing there, just a couple of rows. It wasn't difficult, and that shapes the sleeve very nicely. I crochet decreases at the top of the sleeve, which starts right there, the top of the sleeve, and this is the edge of the sleeve. It comes down right there. So at the top of the sleeve, I actually did some decreasing there, just a couple of rows. It wasn't difficult, and that shapes the sleeve. Just a really nice length for me. It's not a crop. A crop would be way up here. This is my waist. This is probably 5 or 6 inches farther down from my waist. So I really enjoy making sweaters all different lengths, but I think this is probably my favorite one. It comes down about this far. I don't know if you can see that, but it's about right there, and so it's a perfect length. I don't have to tug on it. It's very easy to wear, and this Tweedy is very comfortable. Now, I am wearing a tan tank top under it only because it's chilly today. It's just high in the 50s, so I put on a tank top, but I made this so that I didn't have to wear a tank top under it. I don't know if you can see that, but you can't really see through it. It's a really nice, easy sweater to make. It's quite fast. I didn't have to work too terribly long on it, but I did have to write the pattern, so that's what's taken me so long, is just to write the pattern. But I did take a couple of sweaters with me, and I'll show those to you. Now, this is a sweater that I started, and I don't even think I said anything to y'all. On my way out the door to leave home, I was packing up some crochet because I knew I would have some time on my hands, and I grabbed this yarn. I had been looking at it for a long time. It's sitting over there in my storage bins, and I can see all my yarn there, so I can kind of keep an eye on it. This is the same yarn that I used for my Golden Cross, and I'm actually making this from my Golden Cross pattern, and this is it right here. It's got a paper clip on it, but this is my Golden Cross pattern. If y'all can see that, it's got rows of cross stitch in it and mixed in with some other stitches. And so I bought 3 colors of this cream cotton from Loops. It's a Loops and Threads brand from Michaels, and I bought this, and I actually grabbed the wrong hook on the way out. I thought that I was grabbing a J hook, and I grabbed this green K hook, which is only one size larger. So I made it in the K hook size, and I'm almost through. I mean, I'm very close to being through. I've made the back, and I'm making this by the Golden Cross pattern. You can see that. It's really pretty. This color is Dusty Mint, very beautiful. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love the way it turned out. This is the back of the sweater, and I'm making it a little shorter than the one I have on. See, there's a little bit of length down there, but I'm probably a pretty good length on this one. It's not extremely short, but it's not as long as my Woodland Tweed, which is this one. So everything I do is a little different. Every sweater I make is a little different. And this is how far I have crocheted on the front. So I'm about halfway up the front, maybe about a third. So I should be finishing that pretty soon. And I have this much yarn left on the first ball. It's only going to take me about maybe a ball and a half, if that much, to make this. So it's a very affordable sweater to make. It is called Cream Cotton, and it's from Michael's Loops and Threads. I hope I've got that right. It's not Joanne, it's Michael's. The brand is Loops and Threads. That's the brand that I'm using, and I really like it. It's very, very soft, and it's quite thick. It's a 4, but it's a heavy 4 weight, so it goes fast. I use my speed stitch part of the time on this one, but this is my Golden Cross pattern, so I'm not inventing a new pattern. I'm just making one of my own. So this is my second time around making this pattern. So it should go quite fast, and it has been so far. So that's one project that I took with me, and I worked on it quite a bit while I was on my trip. This is the Luna yarn that I received from Woolly Mama Yarns in England. This is the English yarn that I received last week, and this is what it looks like. It's very pretty. It's yellow and gray. Very, very beautiful. And I have balled it up. This is a bigger ball right here, a bigger cake. I guess you'd call that a cake. I really like it. It's squishy and it's real easy to work with. I'm using an eye hook for this, and I haven't gotten terribly far, but I have done some work on it. This is ribbed at the bottom 2x2, which you can't really see because it's such a busy yarn. So I'm just crocheting up. I'm using a double crochet to make this, and I'm making it kind of big. This has a lot of ease in it. This Woodland Tweed has 4 inches of ease, 2 on the front and 2 inches on the back. So it has 4 inches of ease. This, on the other hand, will have probably maybe 6 inches of ease around it, and I'm probably going to make it fairly large, but I won't be able to put very much sleeve in it because I'll run out of yarn. I don't think I'll have enough yarn to do that. And then I'm also making this, which is a new pattern. It's a fingering weight yarn, and it is done with the Knit Crate very beautiful yarn, and I'm using an H hook to make this, so it's a little bit slower going. But I did take those 3 projects with me, and I'm really enjoying making 3 projects at once. I really like that, although I have some other whips that I haven't really started on yet, and I need to do that. But I spent my time finishing my Tweedy sweater and writing the pattern, and then I worked some on the other 3 projects. So I've been a busy bee this week, even though I haven't been home. It's good to be home. I'm enjoying it, and thank you so much for all your concern and asking me where I was. Now I have a couple of videos from Jo, who has made a couple of bags for 2 of my subscribers. So I'm going to insert her videos right here and let you take a look at the newest bags that she is getting ready to send out.
Hi Jeannie, I'm very excited to show you the bag that I just finished for Donna, and she wanted this dark fabric that has llamas on it, and she wanted 2 options that I've never done before, and it involves cutting a hole in your fabric, so that was a little scary, but I have this old hole punch that I've had for years and I haven't used in a long time. And then I had all these grommets that I didn't know how they fit together. My husband had to show me how to do that, and so we figured it out. But let me show you the bag first, and then I'll show you those options. And I'm also going to show this bag a little different than I've shown others. So this is the bag, the front of the bag, and this is the little medallion that I just sewed on a few minutes ago. Usually it's not the last thing I do, but it was for this one. So to coordinate with the llama fabric, which has pinks and oranges and like lime greens in it. I chose this fabric and then I lined it with another milder pink and yellow fabric because there's a little yellow in the cactus. And then for the side pockets, I used the inside of the pouch for the bottom, and then a contrasting that has turquoise and greens and all of those beautiful colors that you can see in the llama fabric. So this is a bigger view of the llama fabric, and this is the bottom that has kind of a flowery, gray flower on black. So I thought that went really well. The pull tabs were a little different. I chose to use a fabric from another bag that I already finished that has little yarn balls on it that happen to match the colors in these llamas perfectly. So I save a lot of scraps for this type of reason. And then this little stitch marker, I'll show you that. It's got pinks and greens in it and a little black one on top and the D for Donna. I don't have initial tags for all of my customers, but when I do, I use them because I think that adds a personal touch. And so this is the grommet she wanted too. So how I decided where to put these was I looked at the inside of the bag and the outside of the bag and I tried to do it so it wouldn't interfere like with the inside zipper or the stitch markers that I put in here. So I'm going to turn this bag inside out and show it to you this way because I think it'll show a little bit better of what I've done. So I haven't done this before to show you, but I do this regularly to get rid of stray threads, which I just found another one. So it's a non-stop thing to get rid of those threads. But so this is the inside. I'm not going to turn it all the way out because it's harder to punch those edges out when you do that. But this is the one inside pocket that's got a zipper on the inside above it. So you can do that and it works out just fine. So this is the inside of that zipper compartment, which you can see this lime green color coordinates with the contrasting on the top of that pocket. And then there's the stitch marker for that one that's got pink and green in it, as well as a little bit of orange. And then, so then I made a mirror pocket on the other side. And this time I actually remembered to put my JoTotes on here. I don't always remember to do that. So a lot of the bags that people will get do not have that on there because I just forget to put it in there, but it's no big deal. And I can't always put it on the handles either if I've already put the handles on. I can't do that. So anyway, so this has two grommets on either side because she wanted two and she didn't specify where. She just wanted me to decide. And so that's where I put them, right above this pocket on this side, right here, and then right above the pocket on the other side, right there. So this is going out today. They'll pick it up at my doorstep and deliver it to Donna. She should have it by Wednesday. So I have two more bags to make, one for Wendy and another for Kathy, and those will be done in a few days because, you know, we're still sheltering in place. So it's given me an opportunity to catch up and actually move a lot faster inside my summer wait list. So if you haven't gotten the email from me and you're on that summer wait list, hold tight. I'm going to be sending more emails out later today. So thank you, and I hope Donna enjoys this bag as much as I have enjoyed making it. It's a really unique, pretty bag. Thanks. Bye-bye. Hello everyone. Today I want to show you a bag that is a little different than the other bags that I've made. They seem to all have a little different feature to them than the last one. So this one is the very first beach bag that I've made, and you can see that it's got dark colors on it, which you wouldn't think of when you think of beach. But Alexis in South Carolina, who's getting this bag, did not want any white background, which is a good thing when you're talking about cleaning your bag and keeping it clean. So this one has flip-flops. You can see that motif and some fish. And then she just wanted one pocket on one side. So I found some little pink flamingo fabric that I had in my stash that was very much beachy. So I also have this reddish pink color that I lined the inside of the pouch with. I'll show you the little medallion that I did. Let's see if I can get a close-up of that. The center of it looks like water. It's a little crystal. So the different part of this bag is that Alexis did not want any closure to the bag. No snap, no zipper. And I asked her a couple of times, you know, I want to make sure this is what you want. And she was definite about that. So I actually think it turned out really well. I made a little binding like I usually put on the ones that have a snap or a zipper. So I still did the binding. She just wanted one inside pocket. So for that inside pocket, I did the little flamingo fabric. You can see that pretty well. Turned out cute. With a pink zipper and a blue zipper pull. And then this little stitch marker for the zipper pull. I thought was pretty with pink and blue on it. So anyway, she also, another thing she wanted that was different was a back pocket. So she wanted, you know, obviously the front pocket and the medallion that comes with all the bags, but then she wanted a back pocket, and she didn't want any snap or closure or anything. I put the opposite of the front pouch on the back, and there's no closure, and it stays pretty close to the bag. I thought it would gap, but it really doesn't. Let me show you the handles. Have a little blue stitching on it. And that's all. So it's a very simple little bag, but I thought it turned out really cute, and I'm hoping Alexis will really enjoy it. Thanks. Bye.
Today is Monday, and it's giveaway day, and I'm going to have another giveaway. I didn't have a giveaway last week because I was not at home. I couldn't do it. So this week, because we're still in our social distancing mode, I'm not going to the post office still. So I can mail these out from home. So the 3 giveaway winners will receive one of these gifts. And the first gift is another crochet magazine. I got another one in the mail. I think my daughter actually bought me a subscription to it. I bought myself one. I think my husband bought me one. So I have 2 extras every month, or every time they put out an edition. So I will be giving these away in my giveaway. So the first giveaway winner will receive the crochet magazine. It's got some great projects in here. It's quite wonderful. I really like it. And so I will send that to you. Giveaway winner number 1 will receive that gift. Number 2 will receive Crochet World. Same story. I got 2 of these on the same day. So I've already read mine. I really like it. It's got some great projects in here. They're not all wearables, but there are 3 or 4 things that you can wear. So Crochet World is the second giveaway prize, and this is the June 2020 edition. So it's up to date, and you'll have the most recent edition of the Crochet World. I really like that. And then again, I'm going to give away one more of these. This is the 7.0 millimeter crochet hook Clover, which is kind of difficult to find. I still haven't found it in a big box store. I don't know why they don't carry them, or maybe just in my area they don't carry them. But this is a 7.0 millimeter crochet hook by Clover. I used this hook to make my Woodland Tweed sweater. So just wanted to let y'all know that. I've really enjoyed working with it too. It's the perfect size for me. When you're using a 4-weight yarn and you want something kind of drapey, this is a really good hook to use. So this will be going to giveaway winner number 3. I hope everyone is staying safe, social distancing, doing your part, and we're hoping that our state and Florida will open very soon for business so that vacation rentals can continue. So I just wanted to let y'all know that everything was okay. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I probably won't be back till Friday, but when I come back, we will pick the winners for the giveaway, and I'll give you some updates on what I've been doing this week. Join me next time to find out what's on the hook.